Okay, and we share my screen as well. I'm having some internet connectivity issues today. So if it's flaky or something, please do call out. Don't hold for too long. Someone alert me and then I'll repeat or whatever, right? The internet is supposed to be back by 5:30. For now, I'm on hotspot. So far it's all good, right? Bihan, all good? You can not see any difference, right?
Yeah, it's
cool.
fine.
Okay, so we spent a good amount of time on quadratics because that is fundamental for anything and everything we do, especially in this competitive math. Now, with the aim of HKIMO ahead of us, let's fine tune the class a little bit towards that. So HKIMO paper typically comes in 5 different sections, right? And each section has 5 questions. And there's no multiple choice. You actually have to solve each of them, and then you'll have to get an answer for them, right? So the parts are, first is just logical thinking. Logical thinking is a mix of multiple things, right? It could be just divisibility rule, or just some distance, time, speed, or it could be just an application of Pythagoras theorem, or it could be something like, excuse me. Yeah, and then could be something with arithmetic or geometric progression. So as and when we encounter a few sample problems, we'll touch on the concepts for those also, because some of you may know, some of you may not know, some of you may need a recap. So the best way to target is, as and when we encounter problems of these kinds, I'll go over some of the basics, right? And then the next section after the logical thinking is algebra. Algebra, we have the usual, you should know all the factorizations, expansions, be able to deal with square roots, like surds essentially, right? All of that, and quadratics, right? Algebra, higher orders as well, not just quadratics. Quadratics is power 2, power 3, power 4 also, but those questions will be simpler. Quadratics, you can expect a little bit more difficult type of questions, but we have done quadratics to a decent level, so we should be comfortable with that. Third part, the next would be geometry. It doesn't have to be always in the sequence. I'm just saying these are the 5 different topics. So geometry, we have the usual, what do you call it? Like mensuration type of problems also get combined in geometry. Linear graphs, how to draw like the different forms. If suppose 2 points are given, how do you determine a line? Suppose a point is given and a slope is given, how do you determine a line? And then what happens when lines are perpendicular, intercepts, all of that, right? And also regular stuff with equilateral, isosceles, and scalene triangles, and all the medians, altitudes, right? Angle bisectors, perpendicular bisectors, different properties based on the incircle, circumcircle. Again, some of it you may or may not recall now. So as and when we do it, we'll cover those concepts again. And then permutation and combination, which essentially is choosing and arranging those 2 problems. And then lastly, it will be number theory. Number theory is about what is the remainder when you divide by such and such a number, divisibility rules, right? It's a mix of algebra and number theory are somewhat related, but there is a separate section on number theory and separate for algebra. There is some overlap between the 2. And again, even multiple topics could have overlaps. A geometry problem might involve a quadratic equation solving. And in the logical thinking, they might ask a problem which involves algebra, right? So it's not set in stone that this has no overlap with the other section at all. So it's a mixed bag. Okay, so with that in the backdrop, let's go over. Okay, so what I'll do is I have a sample paper up here. So as and when we go through each problem, I'll illustrate some key concepts from that. So I'll give some time for you to solve. Are you able to see my screen, guys? You're able to see, right? Yes, no, anyone?
Yes, we can see it. So
you can see it, right? Okay, cool. So the first one is on divisibility. Okay, all of you know the basic divisibility rules, right? Divisibility by 4, divisibility by 8, divisibility by 3, 9, 11, all that. Okay, can we take a couple of minutes to solve this? I'll discuss every single problem in detail today, because I understand that some of you might have some concepts a little vague. So we'll discuss even the seemingly easy problems, we'll discuss at length. So don't worry, don't take pressure. Read the question very carefully, guys, every time, not just for this. 3 even non-zero digits. And the question does not say about the digits being repeating or not. He didn't say that A is different from B. So unless he states that, don't go with any such assumption. Okay. Vihan, you have any idea so far? Okay. Dhairya, how about you? How's the progress?
I don't think I'm trying, but I'm not getting it as of now.
Okay. Shall we discuss, guys?
Can you have 1 minute more?
Okay, 1 minute more, Kunal. Okay,
Yeah, a
fine.
little bit more time, please.
Okay, all right. He didn't say that they are distinct. Assume they are distinct and try, right? Assume they are 3 distinct digits. We'll discuss both cases where they could be identical, there could be commonalities as well.
So
Yes,
I think if we assume that they are not distinct,
yes.
sorry, if they are distinct, then there's only one like one possible,
Solution.
yeah,
You're stating that or you're asking that?
I'm stating.
Okay, very likely it is. The onus is on them. The responsibility is for them because he says find the 3-digit number.
So, but
So-
if they are not distinct, if they can be the same, then there is 2 possible solutions.
Okay, let's discuss both. Let's discuss both. Okay. So Anahat, you want to say what is it with possibly repeating digits? Right.
with possibly repeating digits, ABC could be with possibly repeating digits, ABC would be the 4, 6, 8.
Okay, 4, 6, 8 in this order,
Yeah, or 8 to 8.
or 8 to, okay, so 8 to 8 is an example with this thing, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking 6, 6, 6.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
I thought 6.
6, 6, 6. Okay, so let's discuss. Essentially, it's divisible by 9 means what? The sum of digits must be divisible by 9. So 9, 18, 27, and all that. But given they are all even, the sum has to be an even. So it cannot be 9, it cannot be 27. So obviously, the sum of the three digits has to be 18. Correct? Which means the average has to be 6. Right? So suppose we have, let's start with there being distinct digits. So if average is 6, because the three of them have to add up to 18, then obviously we need an 8 and we need a 4. Now I don't know what order it will be. For divisibility by 9, it does not matter, because all we are saying is the sum of the digits must be divisible by 8. That's all. Right? So here we don't even need to worry about the order, whether it's CBA or CAB. If one order is divisible by 9, any other permutation of that is also divisible by 9. Agree with that, Kunal? With divisibility by 9, the order does not matter.
Yeah.
Now, divisibility by 4, you don't want CAB to be divisible by 4, right? So I'll just write CAB like this, right? So among this 4, 6, 8 combination, you don't want to put something like 4, 8 here, because it will become divisible by 4. You don't want to put something like 8, 4 here, or a 6, 4 here. This is what you don't want to put. Maybe you can try 4, 6, right? That's a possibility. So if I put 8 here, now CAB is not divisible by 4, that checks. ABC, we'll have to try out if ABC checks out. So if this is CAB, then ABC becomes what? ABC becomes 4, 6, 8. 400 is divisible by 8. An additional 68 will not be divisible by 8. 68 is not divisible by 8, right? So divisibility by 8 is what? Last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. So it's a 3-digit number. So we can jump till 400, which we know is a multiple of 8. Thereafter, 68 is not a multiple of 8. So 468, as Anahat called out, now would be a solution. Oh, by the way, after coming all this, you should not write 468, because what he's asking is not ABC, he's asking BCB. So our answer should be 686. Okay, after doing all this hard work, don't mess up, as I almost did. I said 468, but the final answer we should mark should be what he's asking. Okay, now I agree the statement, the question is not clear. Sorry, Kunal, go ahead.
So why can't it be 8 to 8?
Yeah, again, because he probably meant to say there are 3 distinct digit numbers. So that way even 666 is a possibility, right? So here 8 is repeating, here 6 is repeating thrice, right?
But with the 6, it's not divisible by 4. But 8 to 8, it can be divisible by 4. And 8 also.
Sorry, if 8 to 8, so does 8 to 8 satisfy the property? Let's check. So 8 to 8, obviously the sum is 18. What is CAB if it's 8 to 8? CAB would be 882, which is not divisible by 4. So we are okay on that.
But like suppose we take 8 to 8 as CAB, then it does satisfy, right? 4,
No, 8 to 8, 2 8 is divisible by 7, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 2 8 is divisible by 4.
Yeah.
So
it's divisible by 4.
Sorry, maybe I'm missing the point. So Kunal, you're saying A, B, C are 8 to 8 respectively.
No.
Ah.
No. I'm just saying that the digits can be 8 to 8. I'm not
Which
saying
digit
that
can
ABC
be 8? Which digit can be 2? Which digit can be 8?
You can say that C is 8, that's
Yeah.
fine, and then A is 2, and then B is 8.
Okay, so let's call out in that order. No, so basically you're saying if C is 8, because the order matters for the second and third part, right? So you're saying this is 8, this is 2, this is 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But if this
Divisible
case, then this
by
is
4.
divisible by 4. You don't want CAB to be divisible by 4.
Oh, yeah, it's not supposed to. Okay.
Yeah. So which is why we eliminated all these, right? 46, 84. We didn't want it to end in a multiple of 4. Understood? Okay, Daria, you're good on this? Makes sense how to approach? Okay, while we are testing divisibility, there is a divisibility by 7, but don't break your head on divisibility by 7. It's a waste of time. You might as well just divide it and just check. What is the divisibility by 11? Kunsh, can you recall for class? What is divisibility by 11?
I don't.
Okay, Dairya, do you remember? How do you check if a number is divisible by 11? Let's say you have a big number like 486135 209. How do you check if it's divisible by 11 quickly?
I'm not sure. I think just divide them, then you can check. If
No,
it's-
obviously
When
dividing.
you add up all the even values and the odd values, I think, and then you divide that by 11 and check, I think. Something like that.
You're almost right. Kunal,
The
can you
plus
complete it?
minus.
So you add up all the alternate digits and then
Yeah.
you like check if the difference is divisible by 11
Exactly. Yeah.
or it's
So-
0. That's also fine.
Yeah. You don't have to say or 0 separately because 0 is also divisible by 11. Yes.
Yeah,
So you add, you're right, Vihan, on the first part, you add all the alternate digits. You have two different sums. So in this case, 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 9, whatever it is, I'm not going to sum it. Similarly, the upper wala sum, you take the difference between the two sums. If that difference is a multiple of 11, 0 is also a multiple of 11 that way, right? And the difference could be negative also, depending on which one minus which one you're doing. Doesn't matter. Right? Obviously, you'll do the higher one minus the lower one. But if it's 0 or if 0 also, it's a multiple of 11. Then it's divisible by 11. Okay, and then divisibility by numbers like 6 and all is easy, right? It has to be both divisible by 2 and by 3. Similarly, for something to be divisible by 12, it has to be divisible by both 4 and by 3. Correct? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to ask. Okay, the idea is there. Okay. No. Drishit is not joined. Okay. Anahat. So someone says to check if divisibility by 12. I'll check if it's divisible by 6. I'll check if it's divisible by 2. If it's divisible by 6 and divisible by 2, then it's divisible by 12. Is that a true or false statement?
No, because by 6 and 2, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so 12 is 2 raised to 2 into 3, so that should be right.
Okay. Sudarshan, what do
No,
you think?
but wait,
Do you-
yeah, no, it won't be right because 1, 2 gets in the same thing. It should be 4 and 3, not 6 and 2. Because
Yeah.
1, 2 gets clubbed, yeah.
So
if it's divisible by 6 and 2, then it can just be divisible by 6 because 6 is a multiple of 2. So it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
divisible by 12.
Yeah, we don't get the 2 raised to the second power because the 2
Exactly.
and both club off.
yeah, both of you right. So 12 is 4 into 3. 12 is also 6 into 2. Okay. But just because you say the number is divisible both by 6 and 2, right? You're not adding any value by saying it's divisible by 2. If it's divisible by 6, obviously it's divisible by 2. You have to add independent value. Only then the number actually becomes divisible. So if it's divisible by 4 and divisible by 3, those two statements are independent. And then collectively you can say it's divisible by the product, therefore. Right? Similarly, for something to be divisible by 20, you can say if the number is divisible by 5 and 4, we are okay. But if you say if the number is divisible by 10 and 2, it's stupidity, right? If it's divisible by 10, obviously it's divisible by 2. Okay, so just remember a few things like that. Cool. So that's divisibility. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Again, you're going to see a sort of a mixed bag today. Manoranjan ka masala. Okay. All right, let's do this. N lines that are not parallel with each other on a plane. Again, this could very well be in a permutation combination type of question. Here they have given us a logical reasoning. I don't know why people switch off the video every now and then. Bihan, Anahat, I'm not able to see you guys.
So I'm coming in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So do we have to assume that that all of them intersect at least once?
That's given, right? Because the n lines that are not parallel with each other. Sorry, maybe I didn't understand your question.
Like Because if they don't intersect, then you can just have infinite lines, right? And they can still be 66 intersections.
How will there be 66 intersections? Oh, you mean 60? Let's say there are a lot of lines which are parallel, and one line alone intersects all of them. Is that what you mean?
No, I'm saying like suppose there's independent lines, like one line like this.
You want to draw? You can draw. I've enabled screen sharing for everyone. Can you draw?
One line like that,
Okay.
and then like there are lots of lines like this.
Which are parallel, you mean?
No, not necessarily. It can
Okay,
be this also,
Fine. Fine.
like this.
Okay. What you're drawing is line segment, by the way. Yeah. Each line continues to infinity.
Oh.
Right?
okay.
There are
Okay.
lines, not line segments.
Okay, yeah. Fine. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Who wants to, Kunsh, do you want to get us started on this?
Can I have like 2 more minutes, sir?
Two
Just-
more minutes is too much. We already spent 2 minutes. One more minute for
minute
everyone. 1 more minute. Kunsh already knows I won't give 2 minutes, which is why he asked 2 so that he gets 1. Very smart. There you are, thinking?
I'm not getting this. I'm not.
No worries. No worries. Just give some thought. That's it. All that counts is thinking. You have any idea? You're coolly drinking water. You've solved it. That means.
So no, actually, I'm stuck.
Okay.
I have
Should-
no idea what to do, so I'm just waiting now.
Okay. Kunal, what about you?
I think I got a formula. 1 minute.
Okay, let's discuss, right? So it's actually very simple, right? So,
66 only.
yeah, go ahead, Kunal.
66 only.
66. So you mean there are 66 lines?
Yes.
So the lines are like this, like this, like this, like this, whatever, right? There'll be a lot more intersection points, right? If there's 66 lines,
Yeah. Sorry.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right? In fact, I'll keep the same picture. Let's keep the same picture. So the lines are all like this. No 3 lines are passing through the same intersection. So no 2 lines are parallel. So we don't have a situation where lines are parallel at all. And further, we also don't have a situation where 3 lines pass through the same intersection point, which means what? Every pair, I'll write this, every pair intersects at a unique point. Every pair of lines intersects at a unique point. Agree, Daria, you agree with the statement? Okay, therefore there are 66 pairs of lines, right? The 66 pairs of lines. Now, how many pairs of lines can you make? So it's like a choosing problem, right? Let's say there are 5 lines, right? There's a line A, line should be marked in small letters. So A, B, C, D, E. These are 5 lines, let's say, right? How many intersection points are possible? However number of pairs you are able to make, so many intersection points. So the idea, you might not have seen this. This is 5 choose 2. Or Kunal, I'm not sure if you have seen this choosing thing. Of 5, you're choosing 2. So, right? And what is the formula? We'll again go through this permutation combination a little bit more detail again. So 5 choose 2 is 5 into 4 by 2 into 1. Right? And why is that 5 into 4 by 2 into 1? Just by even if you didn't know 5 choose 2, all this business, if I have to select a team of 2 lines, I can call any one line first. Let's say B comes out. So I can do that in 5 ways. I can call any one of the remaining 4. So that's 4 possibilities. But then I say whether I call B first and C second, or whether I call C first and B second, does not matter. So I'm double counting by 2. Therefore, it's 5 into 4 by 2. Daria, does this make sense? How this choosing business works?
Like, why did you multiply it by 5? Like,
okay, no, I'm just saying, suppose there are five lines. I have to pick 2 lines. How do I go about? Just go through the thought process. I'll pick any one line. So that can come out like it could be B, it could be A, it could be C, it could be E, it could be D, right? I have 5 choices. Any one could have come out from the box. Having done that, when I call out again one more, any one of the remaining 4 could have come out. But then I say whether BC or CB, they're all both same. So I should not be double counting. I should be counting them only once. So it's 5 into 4 by 2. Right? But this 5 into 4 by 2, the number that we are seeking, it is not. Right? It's just an example. So the number we are seeking n is such that n into n minus 1 by 2, or in other words, n choose 2, should be 66. So now, which is easy, right? N into n minus 1 is 132. So what are 2 successive numbers which multiply to 132? 12 into 11.
So I also did it, but I did it in the way of finding like first, like if there's one line, how many intersections, 2 line, how many intersections,
and then
that's the triangle. Yeah, and then that's the triangular numbers. So I solved it that way.
That's good.
I did
Wonderful.
the same way.
Like sum of
like
the
that.
first few terms. So like till 11, that's the same n to n minus 1 by 2.
Yes. Yeah. So just to repeat what these guys were saying, just for the others. So basically, Anahat said, so he started off with one line. So he said n, and then he said the number of intersection points. I'll just call it I for number of intersection points. He first said n is 1. There's only one line. How many intersection points? 0. He added one more line. How many intersection points? There's 1 intersection point. He added a third line and said how many intersection points? 3 now, right? Essentially 1 plus we have 2 more. Same concept. When you add a 4th line, have to make sure it doesn't pass through the same point, right? Then the new line is intersecting in
5.
right? So it's 1 plus 2 plus 3, total of 6 points now, right? Because every new line that you introduce into the system, it's going to intersect every other line so far, right? You understand? So when we come to 11 lines, it'll be 1 plus 2 plus. Am I making a mistake, guys? No, right? No, I'm fine. 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till 10. When I introduce the 12th line, the 12th line will intersect each of the already existing 11 lines. And then we'll get 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till 11, which is what Sudarshan said. This is 11 into 12 by 2. This also we know, right? Summation of numbers is k into k plus 1 by 2, right? So two important things, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till k is k into k plus 1 by 2, right? And n choose 2 is n into n minus 1 by 2. So the same problem could be viewed in 2 ways. 12 choose 2, right, is 12 into 11 by 2. Or 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till 11, which is 11 into 12 by 2. But to have 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till 11, we need n to be 12, based on this mapping that Anahat's called out. Anahat, Does it explain what you did exactly?
Yeah.
Okay, does it make sense?
I just did it by the pattern of triangular numbers, and I just remembered the first few, so I
Correct.
got very
I'm just elaborating it here. But obviously, when you do it,
Yeah.
you don't need to do so much, right? You'll quickly do it. Kunal, does this make sense to you? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to ask a different question on this same note. Okay. All right. Now, when these 11 lines, what is it? 12 lines, right? After these 12 lines are drawn, okay, on a plane, how many different partitions are there in the plane? By partition, I mean how many different regions. For example, in the diagram I have drawn here, I'll just call this is region 1. This is region 2. This is region 3. This is region 4. There's a small region 5 here. Like this, there are several regions, right? So after I draw all the 12 lines, the entire plane gets split into multiple regions. How many regions? Some regions are closed regions like 1 and 5 in this example. Some regions are open regions like 2, 3, and 4 in this example. Is the question clear to everyone? There, yeah, the question is clear.
Could you just repeat it again?
I'll ask someone else to repeat. Bihan, can you repeat the question if you're clear?
Yeah, so basically now
Sorry, it's his network looks like, right? Anand, can you repeat the question?
Basically, after all the intersections are done of the 12 lines, how many different regions are formed? So let's say if we had only 2 lines, there would be 4 regions formed, because there would be 4 separate points on the four separate regions on the plane that would be distinguished by the line. So when there's 12 lines, how many regions are formed?
Exactly.
Thanks.
Okay. How's it going so far?
I think I have the answer, but I'm not sure. I'm just rechecking.
Fine. Anyone else? Vihan?
Yes, I'm doing.
Okay, I'll give 1 more minute and then we'll discuss. Whoever wants to call out an answer can. Kunal, how's it going?
Yes, I have the answer.
I'm trying.
Okay, let's discuss. Anahat, call out your answer, please.
My answer is 79.
79 regions. Okay, with these 12 lines. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's discuss. Okay, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, we'll discuss. Okay, cool. So basically, we'll take the same approach. So we'll have N, and then we'll have R. R is the number of regions. Okay, so when there are no lines, there's only one region. The entire plane is a region. There's no lines at all. The moment the first line comes, the number of regions becomes 2, right? If you have a line, the plane is upar wala, niche wala. There's 2 different regions, right? Again, this is going till infinity. They're all lines, not line segments. Okay, now I introduce a second line. So when the second line comes, I'll just change the color. Okay, so just follow along so far. So the line is coming from infinity. So far, nothing, it's not done anything. The moment it touches this, it's added one more region. Correct? It's added one more region. Okay. And then it exits out. Right? It's added one more region. So what the 2 was, it became 2 more. Right? This 2 is this 2. We already had 2 regions. But then the red line came. Once it touched the blue line, it added one more region. Why did it add one more region? So I'll just go through the paces again, right? So earlier, the top portion was just one region. Now, the moment the red line touched the blue line, this region became, right? So it spawned off a new region. And then the moment it left this, right, there's 2 more regions, right? So essentially not 2 more regions, one more region, because the bottom region always existed. It got split, and therefore it added one more region to the count. Are we clear so far? Okay, when we draw the third line, it'll become more clear. I'm going to draw the third line now. So I'll just erase off these red dots so it's not confusing. So the third line in green is going to start coming from infinity, right? So far nothing has happened, nothing has happened, nothing has happened, nothing has happened. Boom, it just touched the red line. When it just touches the red line, so we are starting with, right now we have a count of 2 plus 2, right? I'll just write this 2 plus 2. Essentially, I'm copying this, right? Now I'm going to add extra, right? So how many extra? Once it touches the red line, a new region gets created, right? A new region gets created. The 2 plus 2 already existed. This region got split into 2 regions, which means additionally one more region got created once it touched the red line. Similarly, it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So far, no extra region. Once it touches this, it's spawned a new region. This beachwala portion between the red and blue was 1 region. Now that's become 2. Right? And then it's now already intersected the 2 lines. There's nothing more to intersect. The final line ke baad, it just goes off, right? There's no more intersection further. While it leaves, it creates one more region, right? So you can see the pattern already. Let's do one more and you'll see the pattern, right? So by adding the second one, you added a plus 2. By
So
adding
it's just doubling, right, every time.
it is not doubling. By adding the third one, it's added 3 more. So when you add the fourth, you'll see it's adding 4 more.
4 more.
Right? It's not doubling, but it's adding more, right? So when the fourth line comes in orange, so again, I have to draw it such that it's not parallel to anything, but it's four different intersections, right? So the fourth line comes. The moment it touches the green, okay, so all of this, right, it's already there. So I'll write this 2 plus 2 plus 3. So far we have 2 plus 2 plus 3, right? The moment it touches the green line, it's increasing in count by 1. Why? Because this got split into 2 parts, right? And then it went past the green. The moment it touches the red, we have an extra region created. The moment it touches the blue, we have an extra region created, right? And then the moment it exits the blue, because that was the last one, there's no more intersection, there's an additional one. So now you know the pattern. So now we can therefore see, right? When you finish 12, the answer will be 2 plus, the initial 2 was starting here. After that, 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus whatever, all the way till 12. Because for 4 Kelia, you're counting 4. So for 3 Kelia, you're counting 3. So for 12 also, you'll count 12, right? 2 plus 3, so on till 12, which is easy to count, right? Because I can just say this is 1 plus 1, right? And the 1 plus so on till 12, we already know. The sum is, we just saw, right? 12 into, no, we didn't see this. 12 into 13 by 2, right? Which is 78. And then Anahat is absolutely right. Plus this additional 1. So that became 78 plus 1, which is 79. Very well done, Anahat. Is this what you pretty much did, or did you do differently?
No, the way I did it was, again, I just saw the pattern and the differences are a arithmetic progression. So you can use the formula.
Okay. Yeah. But then what pattern? In the sense where you said one region, you introduced 1, 2, 3, and then
Yeah.
you physically observed, and then you saw the difference.
The difference was consecutive numbers.
Yeah. Does it make sense to everyone? Okay. Kunal, does it make sense to you? The area? You good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. One more problem. Okay, let's try this. No calculator. Huh? You can tell your answer in terms of roots if it comes out to be that way.
In terms of?
Square root. You can just say square root
Oh,
of
okay.
blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, right? Okay, close to finishing it, guys. Okay, Sudarshan, you have an answer?
Yes,
Yeah, I got square root 2066.
2066. Okay,
yeah, same here.
same thing. Yeah. Okay, I wish they had given a proper round answer type of questions. Given that both of you got the same answer, very luckily it's right. So basically, this guy is going southeast, right? Something 22, and then southwest. Southwest is perpendicular to southeast, right? So this is 22, this is 17, and then northwest is 57. I'm not trying to scale at all, but right. So this is 57, and then 46, which is going to go outside the board, but I'll just pretend, right? Something like this. The main thing to focus on is 22 and 57 are in opposite directions, right? So effectively, if you're starting from here, in the northwest direction, you've covered a relative distance of 57 minus 22, which is 35. And then in the other direction, 46 and 17 knock off. 46 minus 17 is 29. So that's 29
And so
here.
they're perpendicular.
They're perpendicular, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
they're all
it's
45 degrees.
hypotenuse.
So then you can just use Pythagoras and you get.
Yeah, so 35 square, again, for a number ending in 5, the square is, you should know all these tricks, right? Number ending in 5, you put 25, and then 3 multiplied with the next number. 3 times 4 is 12. Daria, you know this trick? For a number ending in 5, how to square it quickly?
Yeah.
You know, right? Okay,
Okay,
and then
30 taught us at school.
29 square. Anyway, anything less than a perfect square less than 1000, you should know by heart. 900 is 30 square, and this is 841. So yes, 6620, square root of 2066. Okay, again, I wish that given a better question. I mean, at least the round number, it would have been better. All right, next. So, oh, by the way, just on Pythagoras, since we are on Pythagoras, just a quick recap of all the triplets, right? So you guys know 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, all that you know, 7, 24, 25, right? So in general, I can start with any odd number. For example, I can start with an odd number like 13, right? And then 13 square is 169. I can divide 169 into 2 consecutive numbers, 84 and 85. That will be a triplet. So 13, 84, and 85 will be a triplet. Okay. So this is how we generate triplets, but this is not all the triplets. Kunal, did you know this one? Generating these triplets like this?
I did.
Okay, but does this make sense to you? Start with any odd number, square it, approximately, not approximately, split it into 2 consecutive numbers, and you can easily prove it. I'm not going to waste time, not waste. I'm not going to spend time proving it, but you can try it out yourself. So, so Kunal, can you tell me what will the triplet starting with 21 be? 21, comma, what? What is 21 square, Kunal?
220 and 221.
Exactly. So 220 and 221 are the consecutive numbers which add up to 441. So you can check this, but this is not all the triplets. There are triplets which are outside of this. For example, 8, 15, 17 is not following this pattern at all. 20, 21, 29 is a triplet that's not following this pattern at all. So there are a few which do not fall in this pattern. So the most general way of generating triplets is take any number A, take any number B, and generate 3 numbers which are a square minus b square, 2ab, and a square plus b square. This will become a triplet. And you can quickly check this. Because why? Because if I square a square minus b square, I get a power 4 minus 2a square b square plus b power 4. If I square 2ab, I get 4a square b square. If I add both, I get a power 4 plus 2a square b square plus b power 4, which magically happens to be a square plus b square the whole square. Does it make sense? So I can start with any a and b and do this. So for example, let's say I pick a is 4 and b is 1, right? So 4 square minus 1 square, 16 minus 1 is 15. 2 into 4 into 1, right? 2ab is 8. A square plus b square is 17. So that's 15, 8, and 17. Of course, you're not guaranteed that they'll be in ascending order. A square plus b square will be the biggest. That's for sure. That'll be the hypotenuse. But between a square minus b square and 2ab, anything can be higher. Anything can be smaller. The area doesn't make sense to you? Okay. So that's something you should know about triplets. And anytime you have big numbers, don't do the, for example, if I have a triplet with, if 2 sides are given to be, let's say 32 and 24, should quickly recognize this is 8 times 3, this is 8 times 4. Therefore, it should be 8 times 5. Don't waste time squaring big numbers. Look for commonalities and scale up the numbers. Right? Okay. Let's go on to the next question. This one, yeah.
Did it so lag out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys able to? Am I back? Can someone be
Yeah.
on? Okay, great. Cool. Maybe a unintended break for you guys. So we'll jump right in, right? Since there was ample time to try this. Can I have the videos on, please, guys? Kunsh, Kunal, Anahat, Dairya, Bihan. Okay. Let me bring up my worksheet again. Did you guys discuss or any progress on this one? Any answers? Bihan, Anahat, Kunal.
My answer was 2661.
Which one? Which one?
Got 2661.
2661. Okay, apply to all pages. Just 1 second, baby. So let me just share screen here. Special 2000. You're able to see my screen, right, guys? Okay. Who called out? Who was it? Sorry.
Kunal.
So you're lagging
Okay.
again.
Anyone? I'm lagging again.
Maybe turn off your camera, so just turn off your camera.
Okay. All right. We'll turn off the cameras. I'm just worried that I won't get the reaction, the phase reaction. I guess
No, sir.
I'll turn off. I'll turn off the video.
Only you have to turn it off. Yeah.
I'm turning
Yeah.
off the video. Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Anyone else? Bihan, did you get something? Anahat, did you get something? No.
So I
So
got
I-
an answer, but it made
the-
like no sense.
Yeah, my answer also made no sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Made no sense as in what range was it in? He's giving in thousands. Are you giving in hundreds or tens or what is it?
Yeah, I got mine in tens only.
What is it?
So
So why do you think yours is wrong and his is right? Call out your answer, whatever it is. Kunsh,
so
what
I
is your
got
answer?
21, which I know is wrong.
21. Okay, fine. So
I
be it.
know for a fact that
So
Okay,
I haven't
alright.
understood like this question.
You haven't understood. Okay, so
Yes, so my answer was in the millions or something, so I don't
Millions.
think.
okay, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Okay, good. All right, cool. So see, what is that to understand? There are 21 problems. Okay, I'm just repeating the questions. There are 3 marks for positive, 2 marks for negative. That we understand. So there could be different range of answers possible. Okay, so what is the highest possibility? I really don't want to keep my video off, guys. I feel like I'm talking. Okay, let me try it. Vihan, please call out as soon as it starts lagging. Okay, I'll try once more. So far, so good, right, Vihan? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So if there's one super stud student who gets everything right, what is the maximum score he'll get? 63. Correct? And if there's some super dumbass who gets everything wrong, he'll get minus 42. Correct? Now, first of all, possibly every answer in this
The
range may or may
ladder.
not be possible. Oh my God. Okay, fine. I'll stop the video. Okay, strike 2. I'll stop the video. Okay, but audible, right? We have
Yeah.
audible, right? Okay. Now, if every possible mark from 63 down to minus 42 is possible, in between there'll be 0, there'll be minus 1 all the way till minus 42. Then how many numbers are there from 63 to minus 42? So 63 minus 42 plus 1, right? The number of numbers. How much is it? 106. 106, right, Kunal? Is that what you said?
I said 105.
No, 105 plus 1, right? Always
didn't
while
count
counting, you have to add 1, right, Kunal?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there are 106 distinct scores. I'm not saying all are possible. For example, we'll say that we'll immediately conclude that 62 is not possible. Okay, because if you get 21 right, you get 63. If you get 20 right, you get only 60, right? And there's no possibility of 62 or 61. But for the sake of argument, let's pretend that every single integer is possible. Then we have only 106 distinct values, which means if there are 106 people sitting in the exam hall, right? Each one could have got a different score ranging from 63 to minus 42. Okay. And then, so far everyone has got a distinct answer. And let's say we add one more person. If a new person comes, right? So far there are 106 people. If a new person comes, then his answer is going to match with any one of these guys, right? So there's range of answers all the way from, right? All the way from 63 to minus 42. If a new person comes with a score of 28, he'll definitely match, 28 will be somewhere here. He'll definitely match with one other person, right? So if another person comes, he'll match with some other person. So but at max, we can get through another 106 more people where you get a fresh set of numbers from 63 to minus 42. So each score repeats twice, let's say. So far, so good. Daria, you're with me? Daria, are you following me? Okay, so now 212 people have exhausted where each score has been scored by 2 people. And then when the 213th person comes, he obviously has to match with some one of these scores. And then, so find the minimum number of candidates to ensure that 3 candidates will have the same score. 213 will be our answer in such a case, right? Because what is the best case? Best case meaning I want to avoid 3 people getting the same score. In that way, my best case is try to put everyone in different scores. So we have exhausted 106 kids with different scores. Then round 2 comes, meaning I get a new set of 106 people with each score matching with one other existing score. So I have 212 students I've accommodated with each score being taken by 2 people. Now I cannot hold any more. Moment the 213th comes to the exam hall, he will definitely have to tally with one of these existing numbers. Do you agree? So the answer would be 213 if this were the case. But we know that already that we are not going to have like score like 62 and all that. So the answer will be less than 213. Do you agree so far with me? Kunal, does it make sense that the answer 2661 therefore does not make sense? Kunal, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. But still, Kunsh is saying 21. Maybe 21 is possible. Maybe 21 is not possible. Let's see. Okay. So 21 seems very small, right, Kunsh? So because I can
Yeah,
get by, right?
I did some
Anyway,
algebraic errors, but I don't want to look through it right now.
okay. All
I'll
right.
do that after class.
Okay, fine. So now the bottom line, it reduces to how many distinct scores are possible. So let's start with so right here.
So you're
You
lagging
can,
again.
am I? Oh God, is it or shoot, man? Is it okay?
Now it's better.
Now it's better. Okay, I'll keep going. I don't even know. Okay, now I think the signal has gone off. Okay, so -3, sorry, +3, -2, and 0. Right? Daria, you're with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, now this is the score you're going to get. Okay, suppose the best guy gets 21. Right? His score is 6. The next possible score is 20, and then you leave 1. Right? For leaving 1, you don't have any penalty. Right? So you get 60 marks. Right? Suppose you get 19. Okay, now I don't know. So if I put 1901, I get how much? 57. Correct? 57. Now, it might not all be in decreasing order. Suppose I do 20 and 1 and 0, then what do I get? I get 60 minus 2, which is 58. Right? Am I right? 20 and 1 and 0, I get 60.
The 19 one, there should be 2 that are not that
Well,
for a
what?
blank answer. There should be,
Yeah, correct.
but it
19
doesn't
and
make
2,
the
but doesn't
difference.
change the score. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So again, I'm writing the top few in some order. It need not always be in descending order. So for 63 is there, 60 is there. And can we accommodate 61 or 62 by any means? Both are not possible, right? Because moment 21 is at moment 63. The next best score is, so this is definitely the second best. 60 is definitely the second best. So we cannot do 61, we cannot do 62. That's for sure. We have proved ourselves 57 is possible, 58 is possible. Let's check if 59 is possible. Is 59 possible? Right? To achieve 59, 60 minus 1 is not possible because, right? 20 into 3, and then I get 2 points deducted for 1 mistake. So 59 is also not possible. 59 is also ruled out. You guys are with me? Doesn't take too long to experiment. That 59 is ruled out. Now let's try 56. Is 56 possible? Let's answer that question. 56 is possible or not? So I must have some subtractions. So I can get 20 right, which is 60. I can get 2 wrong, which will put me down to 56. And then obviously any multiple of 3, I'm looking, because if I have to get 54, I'll just get 18 here and put 0 here. So any multiple of 3, no problem. In between, we have to check if it's possible. And once it gets to a certain point, beyond that, it's fairly easy, right? 55, can we achieve 55? Can someone tell me, can we achieve 55? And if so, how?
So I have
can you tell me how to
one
achieve 55?
question. I
Yes,
have
Vihan.
one question. If the test is 21 questions, how can you have 20 correct and 2 wrong?
Where have I put 20 correct and 2 wrong?
To get 56.
You're absolutely right. So this is wrong. Okay, so what
Yeah.
so is 56 possible, guys? Through some other
No,
means?
sir.
56 is possible or not possible?
No,
60, 20 into 3, 20.
No.
56 is not
no.
possible, right? 19 into 3,
19
57.
into, yeah, it's
3,
not.
yeah,
That's
50. So,
56.
and then 20 into 3 minus 56 is not possible. Oh, yeah, very good catch there, Vihan. Okay, so 56 is also not possible.
but
Okay,
55 is,
so let me just 55 is okay. Give me an example for 55.
you can have 19 correct and 1 wrong.
Okay, so 56 is not
valid.
possible.
And
55,
1 left.
19 correct and 1 wrong.
19,
yeah,
1, 1. Yeah.
19, 1, 1. Yeah.
1.
Okay, so
No, like,
55.
there's a pattern that every multiple of 3 there is, and then 1 more.
No,
than
beyond a certain point, it's always possible. For example, so 55, you'll see now, 54 is possible. We know for sure 51 is possible because it's just a multiple of 3. Any multiple of 3 is possible, but you'll see that both 53 and 52 should be possible. Can someone give me an example for 53? So 19 here, so 57, and then 2 wrong here takes me to 53. 57 minus 4. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 18 into 3 is 54. If I do 2 wrong, I get 52. So once
Yeah.
you're past the top league, after this, you can see that there won't be any problem. Now, the only worry is the most negative. We have achieved the highest positive. In that, there are some gaps. Namely, which are the gaps? Let's put the gaps in
So
descending
wouldn't
order.
it be 18 and 1?
18 and
52?
1 is, 50. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, the answer is 52.
Yeah.
Yes, 18 and 1. Okay, my main point is after you have crossed the initial burden, what do you call the challenge, we are okay. So which are the ones missed numbers? Can someone correct me if I'm wrong? 62, 61 nahi hua, 60 hua, 59 nahi hua, 57 was 56 is not possible, correct?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, right? So only ones. After this, we are okay. Okay. After
Yeah.
this, we are okay.
It's also not possible.
Which is not possible, Kunal?
50.
50. Obviously, it should be possible because it's a very small number, right? Once it's so all you have to do is
Oh, it is
achieve
possible. Oh,
54, and then I'll make 2 mistakes. 54 minus 4 is 50. Yeah, Kunal, agreed?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so every number beyond this is possible. Again, I'll have to go with the deep negative now. On the extreme negative side, so let me start putting in the reverse side. Now, the worst guy gets, so again, I'll put, so this is, I'll put the total marks here, right? So 3, so this is right, wrong, and this is not attempt. So this is 3 marks, this is minus 2 marks, and this is 0 marks. Okay, so the worst score is getting all wrong. So that's minus 42. Okay, the next worst score is getting what? 20 wrong, correct? 20 wrong. Anyway, the leaving out does not matter. Leaving out does not add any positive value. So, right? So this is minus 41. Sorry, minus 40. Okay, and then let's write out the few obvious ones. So minus 38 is possible, and let's start to fill the gaps. What is possible? What is not possible? Okay, so these are all possible. Minus 42, minus 40, minus 38, minus 36. Because all I have to do is get 0 correct, 0 correct, 0 correct. Now, minus 41 is not possible. So that's ruled out. Okay, not possible. Is minus 39 possible, guys? To achieve minus 39, I must get minus 42 plus 3. That's not possible, right? With minus 42, I've exhausted the 21 questions. So minus 39 is also not possible. Is minus 37 possible, guys?
Yeah, it is. So you
How?
replace one of
Yeah.
the wrong answers with a correct one.
Okay, so namely, how many wrong answers? Effectively, 20 wrong answers,
Yeah.
which is minus 40, and then one correct answer, which is plus 3.
Yeah.
So minus 37 is possible. If minus 37 is possible, then we can rest assured that minus 35 also should be possible. From that, okay, give me an example for minus 35, guys. Anyone? Minus 19 into 2 plus 3 is minus 35. Right? Agreed? So minus 37
Yeah.
was possible. So I should ignore this. So in the deep negative, numbers were not possible. Minus 49, and from here onwards, it should be obvious every number is possible. So among the collection of 106 numbers that we had from plus 62 all the way till minus 40, plus 63, I'm sorry, plus 63 to minus 42, we had 106 numbers. Of these 106 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them were not possible. So we had only 100 distinct scores which were possible. I'll pause here. Does this make sense so far to everyone? Yeah, Vihan, all good? Right now, the worst case or best case, depending on how I want to view it, is allocate 100 different scores to 100 different children. Fresh set of 100 children come in. They also get these distinct values. So 200 students I can accommodate. When the 201st student comes, his score will match one of these existing scores. So the minimum number of candidates to ensure 3 candidates will have the same score becomes 201. Does it make sense, guys? Yeah, Kunal, you're with me? Yeah, so the small silly mistake that Kunsh did was forgot to put the 0 here, right, Kunsh? That was the only small mistake you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking all the credit for nothing. Okay, good guys. I'm just teasing, but makes sense, right? Kunal, all good? Dairya, all good?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go on for another 5-10 minutes more, given that we lost some time in between. Okay, all right. One more. Okay, let's try this. Where is this? My snippet is not working now. Oh, God. Okay, all right, there you go. Can you try this on the board? I mean, not fairly easy, but relatively speaking, should be easy. Okay, the question should have been a little bit. Okay, am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, the question should have been better worded. So he means at the end of that particular day, that must be a multiple of 90. For example, he'll cross 90 someday. For example, okay, let me ask you this question. When is the day he crosses 90 pages? Can someone tell me? Which day will he cross 90? Two plus till 13. So when you do 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till 13, that'll become 13 into 14 by 2, which is 13 into 7, which is 91. right? You can technically see, you could say on the third day, he read 12 pages and therefore he crossed 90. And total page is a multiple of 90, right? So, but
So you are
that's what he
lagging a
meant.
lot.
What he meant is, okay. So do you understand the confusion? Am I audible now?
Yeah.
You're
it's
not
better.
Okay.
good.
So no. Okay.
Now
Try to
it's
be
better.
patient with me just for a few more minutes. We'll just wrap with this question, right? All I'm saying is the question should have been worded better. For example, it could be interpreted as on the 13th day, if you finish the 13th day quota fully, you're 91. You could argue that on that day, you reached a multiple of 90, right? So then it becomes a very trivial question. When does it cross 90, Karke? The question just becomes, when does it cross 90? But that's not what he meant. What he meant is, if you finish a particular day's quota based on this pattern, when will that number be a multiple of 90? That's the question. Is the confusion clear and the question also clear now? Kunal, the confusion is clear? The confusion I planted in you, is that clear, Kunal? I cannot hear you, Kunal.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, now I'm hearing the yes. Until now, I could not. Yeah. Anyone?
So I think I got it.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
Anahat.
900.
900. Okay. So basically, what will that n be? 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till n will reach 900, is it? And if so, what is that? What is that
Oh
n?
no,
which will-
wait. Sorry, I'm sorry. I miscalculated one second. Sorry.
So basically, we want 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till n should be some multiple of 9. So basically, you want such an n where 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till n is 90 times k.
Yeah, sorry. It is 1260.
1260. Okay. So, and what at n which will make it reach 1260? Although he's not asking that, I'm just asking you. You're on mute, Anahat.
Yeah, 36.
36. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. Let's try discussing this, right? So basically, 1 plus, okay, all right. I'll just put his answer on the side here. So this is saying his answer is, and then he said 36. When he reads 1 plus 2, so on till 36, he claims it's 1260. Okay. So 1 plus 2, so on till n is n into n plus 1 by 2. So if we want n into n plus 1 by 2 should be 90k, which means n into n plus 1 should be a multiple of 180. If I take the 2 to the other side. So the easiest way is, let's start, because you want product of two consecutive numbers should be 180, right? So we can list out, right, the multiples of 180, right? And then we can just take two consecutive numbers which multiply to 180, which means approximately we'll check 180. 180 ka root is how much? 14, 13, 14. 13 into 14 does not work out. So that's ruled out. 360 root is around 19, right? 19 square is 361, right? So 18 into 19 does not work out. So the easiest way is going through that calculation. So 540, approximately square root of 540 is how much? 23 square is 529. 23 into 24 does not work out, right? So clearly we need a number, first of all, it ends in 0. So we better have, so we'll list out the next few multiples: 18, 36, 54, 720, 900. How much is it?
1080 and then
1080. 1260. Okay, let's go with his 1260 and see. What are two numbers which multiply to 1260? 1225 is 35 square. So yes, 36 into 35. Yeah, 36 into 35 does give 1260. But you made a small mistake.
Oh yeah, it'll be 35. No, but the way I did it was I made it a quadratic and then check what will give whole
No,
number.
that was not the mistake. The mistake is 1 plus 2 so on till 36 will therefore be 36 into 35 divided by 2. Therefore, it will be 630, not 1260, half of what you stated. You solve for two numbers which multiply to give a multiple of 180, which is the right thing. And that number, that pair is 36 and 35, or 35 and 36, I should say, right? N into n plus 1 by 2,
Yeah.
right? So the n is 35, but what he's asking is how many pages has he read till then? So by the way, you meant 35, not 36. You meant 35, I guess.
No. So what I did was I took the 180 to the other side and solved it like a quadratic.
Yeah,
And when I did quadratic, my roots was negative 35 and 36. So I just thought that will be the positive number. So I
but
said,
how will you do the quadratic? So basically, use
same
okay, I'll
method,
just
yeah,
write out what I have.
but same method, but I factored it. So when I factored it, it became a plus minus thing. So I think I messed up
But
there.
how will you solve this quadratic? So to solve this quadratic, you'll need 4AC will be a number like 720k, and then you'll have to go through each k.
No. I did the same, like multiplying two things until I get two numbers that give me my 180k.
Okay.
So that's how I got to 1260. But then when I factored it, I just took the positive value.
Okay.
So I
All
messed
right.
up in the 36.
Understood. So we agree that he reads till 35th day, and that value will be 35 into 36 divided by 2, which is half of what he stated, which is 630. Okay. But good effort though. Does it make sense, guys? There, yeah, you're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's stop here for today. Sorry for the flakiness of the internet beyond my control. So we'll continue next class. Chalo, bye.
Bye.